The fourth step when it comes to starting and building a successful and profitable YouTube channel is about having a clear YouTube monetization plan. And this is where you are going to have an idea of how your YouTube channel is going to generate money, or rather, having a clear YouTube business model. And this is step 4 of this Start a YouTube Channel series. I know you might be wondering why I would bring up the issue of making money on YouTube this early on your journey. And the answer is actually very simple, that if you are actually starting a YouTube channel as a way for you to make money or as a way to build an income generating business, then you cannot afford to think about how your YouTube channel is going to make money. And this is something that becomes very obvious when you start creating content or when you're thinking about how you're going to build this. Because if you want to actually make money, then having a clear plan, having very clear monetization strategy in place is going to guide your content strategy. It is going to actually help you to come up with a plan that works for you, that makes sense for you, such that the effort that you're putting does not go to waste. When you know that you want or intend to make money on YouTube, then you are going to create content that attracts the right audience or the audience that would buy whatever products or services that you want to provide. And that's important because then you do not waste time creating content that is just for entertainment purposes, but you also create content that is going to attract buyers, people who actually can spend money buying the services or the products that you are going to offer. And there are quite a number of ways on how you can be able to make money on YouTube. Some of those are things that you can implement from day one, and other monetization strategies might actually require you to meet certain threshold on YouTube for you to start earning money. And the way I see it, having a clearer business model allows you to plan your monetization plan so that then you can be able to know what you're going to start with and what will come later, such that by the end of your entire business planning, you will have a clear idea of how your income streams will be implemented. Some of the popular ways that you can use to make money on YouTube include being able to make money using display advertising, implementing affiliate marketing, selling your digital products, offering memberships. You can also sell merchandise. You can also be able to execute, or be able to provide coaching or consulting services, among very many other things, including but not limited to actually getting brand deals or sponsorships from corporates. All these are ways for you to actually make money on YouTube, but you might not be able to implement all of them at the same time. And this is where you need to have a plan or a sequence that you can use when it comes to implementing those monetization strategies. And I'll give you an idea probably of how you can approach this. When it comes to display advertising, this is where you start making money popularly through YouTube Partner Program. But for you to actually join that program, you need to meet certain thresholds or certain requirements. You need to have 1,000 YouTube subscribers, and you also need to have 4,000 hours within the last 365 days. And these are not things that you're going to have on day one, which means this is a monetization strategy that will come but a little bit later. However, there are some monetization strategies that you can actually implement from day one. The first one is affiliate marketing, and this is easy to implement because you can be able to join affiliate programs, get a link that you can actually share with your audience in the description box of the videos that you publish. And this is something that you can start doing with the first video that you are going to publish, because if you can be able to execute this strategy well, even if you get very few views or very few people watch your videos, those who watch and are interested in whatever service or product that you're promoting can be able to access it, buy it, and you get your commission. The second monetization strategy that you can actually execute or implement from day one is where you provide your consulting or coaching services. And this you can easily implement because all you need is a way for people to book a session with you and for them to be able to pay you. And you can charge anything from $50 to $100, $200, or even $300 depending on the service that you're providing. The third one, which you can also implement from day one, is where you start selling your digital products. And this means that you have spent some time before you even post your videos to create some digital products, some downloadables. It could be a guide, a mini course, something that you can be able to sell to your audience. And all you need is a platform where you can be able to host your digital products and a link that you can actually put on the description section of your videos for people or the audience to be able to access. And if someone comes across it and wants to buy it, that becomes another source of income. Now, those are just examples that I've given you of how you can go about implementing this monetization strategy. But you do not need to follow these steps. You can just be able to implement them based on your situation and what it is that you want to achieve with your YouTube channel. But the idea is that you need to think about how your YouTube channel is going to make money and how you're actually going to turn it into an income generating asset. But the good news is that as your YouTube channel grows, as you continue to create more content and grow your YouTube business, you can actually end up having all the monetization strategies on that YouTube channel, which would be a very nice way of you to actually generate multiple income streams, which means you would have an opportunity to diversify your sources of income. And there are three things that I want you to take away from this particular video. The first one is that you need to plan your YouTube monetization early. It is very important for you to think about how your YouTube channel is going to make money, probably long before you have even started that channel. This is because that clarity is going to ensure that you are very focused and your content strategy is on point. You are not going to waste time creating content that is not guiding you or taking you towards achieving your monetization goals. The second takeaway is that you need to consider building multiple income streams. And I know this is a very popular thing, especially when you consider or when you hear people say that millionaires or wealthy people have 7 sources of income. And so what this ends up doing is that you get tempted to implement all the 7 sources of income when you are starting out. And probably you may not have the capacity to do that, and some of them may not even work when you start. But the principle remains that you need to be thinking of how your YouTube channel can end up having multiple income streams. This is going to provide you with a cushion where you do not necessarily rely on one source of income, but also you grow a YouTube business that has multiple sources of income, which is a very nice way of diversifying where your money comes from. The third takeaway is that your monetization strategy is actually going to drive your content strategy. And this is something that many miss out, that when you actually come up with your business model, or when you are clear on how your YouTube channel is going to make money, you can be able to work backwards, meaning you can start creating content that ends up driving or actually promoting your monetization goals. You want to be able to create content that attracts customers who can be able to buy the services or the products that you provide. You're also going to be very clear on the kind of content that can be able to generate you income. And in marketing, you have what you might consider to be the top of funnel content, the middle of the funnel content, and the bottom of the funnel content. All those work together towards ensuring that your YouTube channel is actually operating like a real business, that you can be able to continue attracting people or audience into your orbit, and then you can continue growing trust with that audience, ultimately directing all those people towards your paid offers, the paid products, or the paid services that you have. Now that you clearly know why you're starting a YouTube channel, you have defined your audience, you have picked your niche, and now you actually have a monetization plan. The next step is for you to actually set up your YouTube channel, which will not take you a lot of time, and it is the next step that we are going to discuss in this Start a YouTube Channel series.